Hi guys, and welcome back to Tommy's Starcraft. This is your host Tommy with another Starcraft Remastered replay for you guys. Once again, we have a great engagement in between two pro players from the South Korean scene. Let me just start by introducing the players to you guys, as we have spawning here in the upper left part in the blue. It is BOXER, and his opponent spawning here in the upper right part in the brown. It is XLS, but I'm just going to call him here X, so also a player from South Korea. Sadly, I don't have that much info about this player, as they're spawning here on a map called Air Point, I believe it was. So very interesting match, an interesting map as well, with a 4 spawning location map. As you can also see from the thumbnail, so much economic damage is going to happen here in between these two pro players, so it's a little bit of a spoiler in that thumbnail, as we see here X opening up here with a island here next to his proximity. Pretty standard open up here by him, no wishes to fast expand. Let's have a look at BOXER also opening up here with a supply depot. So nothing out of the ordinary yet here in between these two players. Pretty standard open up here, no shenanigans, no barracks in the middle of the map, no gateways in the middle of the map just to try some early cheese. A pretty standard gameplay here. Of course, many of you guys know BOXER. He's a very known player in the Starcraft scene. He's considered to be a legend, one of the first pro gamers in this scene, and he really has done so much here for the Starcraft community, introducing the games to others and even participating in so many pro tournaments here. So really respected opponent here for X, as he continues here with his barracks and gas. Both players at 11 count. So yeah, nothing yet out of the ordinary. Pretty standard here by both players. We also have a gas here for the Protoss as his gateway is finishing up. Let's just see if he's going to continue here with a Zealot or if he's going straight into a Dragoon gameplay, as he's even building now here his cybernetic score. So no Zealot yet out here for him. Pretty good job here by him. Of course, you guys know that Dragoons are a must if you fight early on against the Terran. You can really micro them nicely, kite them back and forward, and just deal so much damage to the first Marines here out on the map. As BOXER is already moving out here now with his scouting SCV and a second SCV here, building here his factory a little bit more closer here to this ramp. So perhaps he wishes to send some early vultures out here on the map just to deal as much damage as possible here to his opponent. There's his second gateway now here out for X. So really interesting open up here, 2 gates. So very likely he's going into some Mass Dragoon gameplay. A nice pylon placed here into this position just to give him vision if in any case some dropships are coming in. BOXER is of course known for his dropship gameplay. So yeah, let's have a look what exactly is going to happen, how the game is going to unfold here, as BOXER very early on here with his scouting of the map, third supply depot here for him. In comes X here with his probe. Luckily for him, he's going straight into the right position, and yeah, pretty soon he's going to get intercepted here by 2 Marines. So BOXER already ready for that here, and in comes that probe. Let's just see if he's going to make it here through. Luckily here for X, yes, his probe does make it through. He sees that factory, he sees the add-on, and pretty soon, sadly for him, he's going to be taken out. So now BOXER pretty much sure knows where exactly his opponent is hiding here into this position, already out here with 2 Dragoons. Many more Dragoons are being pumped out here by him. Range is also being upgraded. Nice block here from this ramp. So early on, Mass Dragoons it is going to be without any Zealots gameplay here for X. So yeah, he even fends off here this scouting from this SCV. So Marines are here on, but they will of course not stand a chance against these 3, soon to be 4 or even 5 Dragoons here out on the map. Pretty good job here by him. X isn't even going to take out here this SCV. So BOXER with a little bit of mistake that, but I guess he really wanted to know exactly what is going on here into the main from the Protoss, as he's already moving out here with 6 Marines and 1 tank. And at the same time, what a crazy move out here also by X, avoiding here this move out, but pretty soon he's going to get intercepted, so he needs to be careful. This 1 Dragoon a little bit exposed now here, just holds his ground as both players are rushing each other. Once again, a nice block here on this ramp, but at the same time there's even a vulture coming here through, So X even has to commit in here or pull back. So he's actually committing, he's going straight here for the mineral line. Some mines are being placed here by BOXER, but those dragoons are just going to fend this off. They're going straight for that one vulture, and now they're heading straight for those SCVs. So much action is going on left and right. Probes are being killed here into this position here as well. So really good job here by BOXER, already dropping here X to 13 workers. And let's have a look at the main here from BOXER. Of course, is also going to suffer here a lot, as those dragoons will deal so much damage as the SCVs are actually fighting here for their lives. One dragoon so much hurt in here, but this is what I told you about, guys. You can nicely kite them back and forth and just deal so much damage in here. So really good micro here by X, dealing so much economic damage, killing so many SCVs. It's still 4 dragoons here. Finally one mine gets a good connection, and sadly here for BOXER, he has dropped already at 7 workers. At the same time, he did kill so many workers in here. He's coming here through with some vultures. Many more SCVs are going to fall in here. So BOXER even uplifting here his base as he has to retreat. So what a crazy early game we have in here. So much economic damage being dealt by both players. Mines are being laid here, but he will very likely go for those probes. BOXER at 2 only workers now versus the 9 workers here from X. So X doing a better job here against BOXER. So BOXER in some serious trouble already early on. Finally in comes here one of his tanks. The mine is going to get a good connection in here, and those dragoons have fallen, so pretty good now here for him. But these are only his 2 SCVs now mining, so the economic damage has been done here by X pretty well, as his 9 workers are also mining in here. This vulture might get a connection or 2. X not really paying attention now. BOXER needs to also micro here these vultures really nicely. I guess X just doesn't wish to go into one of those mines. And yeah, look at that, even 2 more workers have fallen here. So this vulture early on with so much economic damage as well, as he can 2-shot a probe. X has fallen to 6 workers. Here are the 2 workers from BOXER, as a tank is moving out here early on. So the vulture has fallen, the tank is also very low, so both players are trading blows in here. Finally a good micro here by BOXER, but there's still 1 dragoon being left. He just needs to be careful not to walk inside of those mines. It's 1 HP on this tank. Of course he's going to get chased here by those probes. So really crazy micro here, but in the end the probes do get that tank. So it's 2 to 4 workers now. What an insane game indeed. Finally another vulture makes it here out, and he once again kills a probe. So once again 2 to 4. There are the 2 mining SCVs here for BOXER. There is his main. So what a crazy early game here. Finally there is a floating barracks coming into this position. No many troops now for BOXER, as X has secured here this ramp. Finally another vulture is coming here through, and slowly but steadily a worker has also been produced here for BOXER. So yeah, let's just see exactly what he's going to do. He's just going to place some defensive mines this time into this position. Slowly but steadily X is recovering, as he's at 6 workers now versus the 3 here from BOXER. BOXER just landed here this barracks into this position and is producing some casual marines perhaps to head into this position. X is of course going to be very careful against of those mines. So in come that marines is going to head straight for those probes in here, but he's going to be taken out. And yeah, let's just see exactly what the follow-up is going to be now, as more mines are being dropped here into this position. And finally BOXER at 4 workers in here versus the 8 from X. So that barracks is going to come in here through, just to see exactly how many worker X has. X is on 9-5 only here for BOXER, as many both players did lose so many workers in here. X could try out to move out here, but BOXER really dealing a good job in here, as just placed here these mines very nicely, very defensively, just to avoid that army move out here from X. So X knows of course that this Terran is mined here out by BOXER. So really good job here by both players, as things are settling down. Finally we have closing in at the 10-minute mark here. Finally another marine is being produced just to lure those dragoons into this position, into this mine, just to deal so much splash damage against those workers. So X once again has to be very careful in here as more and more dragoons are being produced. Notice how BOXER tries to lure here this dragoon into this position just to deal that splash damage against these workers, but X is just on hold position in here. Finally Vulture is going to try to come here through, so things look really good now here for X as he's at almost 15 workers, but in the end Observer is really much needed here for X as he wishes perhaps to move out here just to deal some damage. He could move out, but then again he doesn't know exactly where those mines are being placed here by BOXER, so he's just staying here on hold position as BOXER sending out even another Vulture. So this just shows to us how important Vultures are early on here against your opponent. So he's going to very likely place even more and more mines here, actually placing them into this position, and perhaps another mine is going to follow up here as BOXER has recovered slowly. He's at 12 workers now versus the 17 workers, and yeah, crazy early game here by both players. Finally things are settling down. There should be this observatory noise, there's a robotics facility, but of course it's going to be followed up here by an observatory here for X just to allow him to move out. So really good early game here by both players. So much economic damage being dealt, BOXER suffering a lot more than his opponent. He had only 2 workers versus the 4 workers now from X. Currently they're at 40 versus 19 workers, so there's almost 5 many more workers here for X as he's producing even more and more workers. So yeah, no expansion yet for both players, of course, as they just wish to recover here from their economic damage. Finally we have once again an army move out here by BOXER with 2 tanks and an SCV. Is there a siege tank capability being researched? Yes, there it is. So pretty soon these siege tanks should be able to siege up in here, but they won't have that much vision here. Is that barrack still alive? No. He does have some mines into this position. Finally there is a probe moving out, but it's just going to fall in here. And what exactly is he building here? Just an engineering bay. Now this engineering bay will very likely be used as a floating device just to go here into this position, just to give vision here for BOXER here, just to have that vision so that his siege tanks can deal so much damage against those dragoons. So nice hold position here by BOXER as he's killing one of those mines just to produce many more. And we have a shuttle move out here now by X as he's going to go straight perhaps into that expansion. Actually this is now the main here from BOXER, and yeah, only one factory here for him. One turret is being placed here just to fend off this early aggression here by X, and he even added one zealot, so the zealot can be nicely used here to kill those mines, but no, he just decided to go for a observer in here. So pretty good job here by him with this observer. He should of course be able to clear so many mines in here. Sadly one will get a good connection in here, and here we go. X is even deciding now to expand into this position. At the same time he's sending out here his observers out on the map. Slowly but steadily we're closing in at a 15-minute mark here, so X once again being very defensively. He fears a drop here into this position. There's even a robotic support base, so we might see some reavers. There are those reavers. So much splash damage could be being dealt now here against BOXER, as BOXER prepares here his defenses first. Some turrets did siege up here into this position. He has a turret in here, and slowly but steadily those dragoons are finally making out their move here, and a nice position the observer here into this place. Just needs to be careful not to take some shots out of those turrets. And in comes that shuttle with those 2 zealots and that reaver. So if he's going to drop him into this position, he might deal so much damage. Needs to be careful. That reaver is a little bit exposed here. The shuttle is also taking so much damage in here, so BOXER has to unsiege and find a new position in here. A really good job here once again by X, but in the end all of those forces will take so much splash damage out of those tanks. Some workers have fallen indeed, but so much has been lost here by X as well. He did lose that reaver and those 2 zealots, and didn't really deal that much economic damage here against his opponent, as BOXER is going to expand now here into his main position. What a crazy game, as many more workers are now finally being produced. BOXER did catch up, however, with 21 workers versus the 26 Another Weaver is being prepared, so this upper ledge here might be a good position for that Weaver, but those tanks are also nicely being placed here by BOXER, just to give them so much protection here against those drops. They're even being repaired now. We have some Dragoons. The Dragoons might also get uplifted here by a shuttle and just dropped into this position, or he could just run them straight into this position, just take a much better view of this game. So yeah, let's just see exactly how this game is once again going to unfold. Very long game, as you can see from the timer. Much more observers are now being produced here for the Protoss, as he's pumping even more and more units out. 2 zealots once again, perhaps going to get dropped, but BOXER is doing a nice spread here of his tanks, so not that much damage is being dealt now here by X against of those siege tanks. Really great job here by BOXER, even securing here this expansion. Of course, this could be a good job, but there's 2 turrets into this position, so the shuttle already suffering so many shots in here. He might try a drop perhaps into this position, but he just leaves here his shuttle, so some SCVs are once again being transferred now into the expansion. A good snipe here out of those SCV, and he might even snipe here these turrets. However, the tanks are in position. There's that barracks also giving a good spot in here, nice wall in here by BOXER, as finally X is trying a new position out here, finally going here for this position, but he really has to take care of those turrets as well, and here drops those 2 zealots, and let's just see what he can make happen now. Sorry, as he's going straight for that one supply depot. He might even, oh look at that, he has some Dark Templars in here, but there is of course detection here for BOXER as he has those turrets. In comes those DTs, there they are. There is no scan of course here from BOXER, sadly for X. I believe he did lose that Reaver of course. But yeah, there's just no scan, there's just turrets here to see what exactly of a detection he has. In comes those DTs, heading straight towards that one turret, and the turret has been taken down. So once again BOXER in some serious trouble, and so many workers will fall in here for him. He has no detection, so he's once again in trouble. He's placing another turret into this position, so great gameplay here by X, adding those 2 Dark Templars in here and just dealing some economic damage. X already at almost 40 workers versus the 29, and here he comes in just to kill many more workers. A nice placed turret in here, only just to see those units, but they're not being detected yet. He might even take out. Oh, there was a nice trick here by BOXER. He did attack his own SCV just to deal damage to those Dark Templars. Sadly it didn't work out. A good micro here by X as well. So yeah, finally things will settle down here as BOXER very fast, just adding 1 more turret here into this position, and X is retreating here a little bit as finally things are settling down. But in the end, X with 30 more workers here against BOXER. So what a crazy game he did. And look at that, even a sneaky position here in the almost 6 o'clock position. He decided to do a expansion, even adding a cannon here. So really great job here by X, taking much control of this game. So much economic advantage here for him, as he still has more than 13 workers here against his opponent. He's even going to snipe this engineering bank, so really great job here by him. Slowly but steadily we are closing in at a 20-minute mark. The weapons 1 upgrade is also being made here by him, and yeah, both players now just calming down a little bit, just playing it a little bit more defensively, as this zealot will of course fall here for X. And slowly but steadily BOXER is also recuperating here, adding so many more workers here. So finally some probes are also being transferred into this position, so things look actually really good here for X, as he's just going to probe many more up. Also nice gateways here, 4 gateways into this position. We might see some Dark Templars, even some High Templars. High Templars would of course be a good option against those siege tanks if they're clumped together. So yeah, let's just see exactly what the options are going to be, as X also doing a nice job here with his observers, with his zealots just spreading out all over the map, just to have as much map awareness as possible. So yeah, he's even mining here from this position. He might even take another expansion. He even has so much map control here against BOXER. BOXER playing it of course very defensively, still fearing a drop here from his opponent's scan is also up in here, and another scan into this position. So he did very likely scan the map, and maybe he knows about this position right now. But if you look at the minimap, there's just so much brown in here, so many units all over the map here from X. Finally some vultures do make it out in here, but there is a cannon or two, and even some I saw there was dragoons. No, it was some workers. So X even adding some dragoons into this gameplay, but BOXER playing it very nicely, as he has to wait here for one of his observers just to clear those mines. Really good job here by BOXER once again, but his vultures are a little bit exposed here, a little bit of trapped here into this position. He's just trying to lure here X into this position, but he's just has to wait here for one of his observers. Sorry. So yeah, let's just see what exactly is going to happen in here. Nice waiting game here by both players. Finally in comes that observer as he's going to snipe those mines in here. So really great stuff. We have passed the 20-minute mark, and I still don't know who's going to win this game. Of course, there is X with that economic and with that supplied advantage here against BOXER, but BOXER is slowly and steadily catching up here against his opponent. Some SCVs do get sniped here into this position. These vultures will very likely fall as well in here, as once again there's a nice scan going out. So BOXER is actually the one who wants to be aggressive in here. He's moving out here with his forces, and even wishing to secure here his expansion. He's just going to move out here into this position, but there could be a nice drop in here with some high Templars. So BOXER could take so much splash damage in here, but he's very quick to react, as X once again is moving here forward with his forces. This shuttle has some much valuable drop in here, so many high Templars in here, and we might see a good engagement in here. We need to get a good look at this shuttle when exactly the drop is going to come, as X is repositioning here his units into that position. More and more mines are being added now here by BOXER just to defend here his expansion. At the same time that shuttle is retreating a little bit in here, so both players once again are calming down, or just securing here their expansions, as BOXER did catch up here to X. He's already at 44 versus the 46 workers here, so really great job here by him. After a crazy early game in which both players have suffered, finally they're just coming back here really slowly, and in the end I do see a much higher supply here for X, but that has nothing to say. If BOXER has a good position with those siege tanks, he will deal of course so much splash damage here against his opponent. Let's check those upgrades, 0 to 1 upgrades. Let's check the tanks, also 0 to 0. So yeah, things are settling down here finally, as both players are just positioning here their armies and just waiting here for their macro game to kick in, just waiting here for those workers to mine many more minerals and gas so they can max out indeed. And here we have a good drop opportunity here by X, but let's just see what position is he going to go for. And there's one siege tank, so he needs to be careful. A good high Templar with great splash damage. Look at all of those workers, so many workers killed in here. Great job here by X, as he's even morphing here a Archon in here. So once again BOXER losing almost 10 workers, actually more than 10 workers. Really great job here by him. So much value out of that shuttle, and there's even an Archon now in here, but that Archon has dropped so low. He's just going straight for that one tank, but in the end the SCVs have to take care of that, as BOXER also tries to kill some probes here into this position. He's moving out here with his forces, but X is ready to create a wall in here just to stop him from pushing out. Even a nice vulture into this position tries to catch some of those workers. Finally some dragoons will fall in here, and so many mines are once again being placed here by by BOXER. So yeah, really great game we have in here, but at the same time X is also expanding here into this position and even adding here a Stargate. So interestingly enough, a Stargate into that position. We might see some arbiters. Of course, arbiters a must in the late game here for any Protoss. If you face a Terran with that stasis trap, you can take so many units out of the game. Not only that, but you can also do a nice recall into the production buildings here from your opponent, so really good, a must to have that that unit, the arbiter. So yeah, many more workers are being produced here by X as he's slowly but steadily closing in at being maxed out, and once again he's preparing a drop here against his opponent. Yeah, let's just see exactly where he's going to go for, as BOXER still at those 3 bases here. He did lay some mines, he have some vultures, but look at that, there's even an expansion into this position. And what exactly is X going for? As I see that Proleague weekend, so indeed he has decided to go for some carriers. So carrier gameplay is it going to be, as once again a high Templar drop is going to happen here into this position. Once again, so much splash damage being dealt, some workers have died. So Psionic Storm, really great stuff here by X. But those vultures are a little bit faster, of course, and they will take out those units. So carriers it is going to be here for X, as he has nicely hidden them into this position, so in case a scan is going to go out, BOXER still would have no idea here. Let's check those factories as one Goliath, even the second Goliath, so perhaps BOXER did scan this position. Of course, Goliaths are your counter against those carriers in here. Really great reaction here by BOXER, but X needs to hurry up a little bit. Those carriers will take some time to produce, and he's already being maxed out in here, so BOXER of course could come back here with some Goliaths, 1-to-1 upgrades. And yeah, let's have a look what exactly the next step is going to be here for both players, as they're closing in the middle of the map here. Some nice spread here out of those siege tanks and those vultures. Goliaths are also being added, but those finally comes a good push here by X as is going straight here, but there's a nice wall in here being made by BOXER, and those tanks are also being nicely spreaded in here. So X not attacking here with his whole army, just a smaller group of his army. At the same time now this army is moving out. Perhaps he wishes to lose some of his units in here, as he will very likely prepare those carriers here to intercept all of those units. There's not that much anti-air here for BOXER, so perhaps X, like I told you, he wished to lose some of his units, as the first carriers should be really soon here out on the map. So yeah, many more carriers are going to follow in here, as once again X is going to slowly but steadily max out here. There's even one armor upgrade in here and one weapons upgrade in here. Interceptors are being produced, and like you see, BOXER does not have that much anti-air in here. He's just producing straight many more tanks in here. He thinks that X is going to continue here with this strategy, but X is preparing a nice surprise here for BOXER, as the first carriers are here out on the map. So BOXER still has no idea. There were some Goliaths, but I think that he just added those Goliaths, intercept some arbiters, but in the end carriers it is. Also many carriers being produced here by X, and if he gets to a critical 6 or 8 mass, he can deal so much damage in here against BOXER. But it really will take so much time here for those carriers to come out, as BOXER is actually moving here through. He's going to deal once again damage to his opponent, bring so many probes. So it's just a waiting game now here for X, just to wait for those carriers, just to give him that advantage. And let's just see if this is going to work out here for him, as his first expansion is sadly for him going to fall, but he does have that second expansion and even decides to expand into this position. BOXER feeling very confident now, but he's going to have such a surprise when he's going to see all of those carriers. There's not that many carriers, but some of them are moving here through. It's just 3 of them. 6 would be a critical nice mass, as slowly but steadily BOXER is pushing out. He feels very confident, but in comes those carriers, and now there is no anti-air here for BOXER, so he just has to unsiege here, as one tank after the other is going to get sniped in here. And there's even some Dark Templars in here dealing some damage, so really great job here now by X. Finally BOXER knows now what he's against, so he's retreating, but as he retreats, so many of his units are going to fall in here, as those carriers with those interceptors are going straight for those tanks in here. So yeah, pretty soon BOXER is going to transition into mass Goliaths in here. He still has so much ground unit here with tanks, with vultures, many more carriers are being produced here by X. But yeah, let's just see, as he has to now snipe one Goliath after the other just to have that advantage. Yeah, let's have a look. Not, it's just 2. I see actually 5 Goliaths here for BOXER. BOXER tries to head for those carriers. 6 carriers now, trying to snipe those carriers, but X is doing a really nice job fighting them. However, one carrier has fallen in here, and this just shows us that the second carrier has also fallen in here. X needs to be a little bit more careful here with his carriers against BOXER, and BOXER is of course pumping more and more Goliaths here out. So yeah, what a crazy game we have here. However, if this continues like this and those Goliaths are so strong against those units, BOXER might have the advantage in here and he might win this game. We're about to find out 4 carriers in here. Many more are being produced. However, if there's so many carriers against BOXER's Goliaths, and if those carriers are nicely being kited here on the upper ground, for example, they will deal so much damage here against those Goliaths. So here we go, BOXER once again on the army move out here. Needs to be careful against those carriers. And here we go, the wall is being attacked here, so BOXER has to retreat a little bit back just to defend here this position and take out those units. Once again, X is going to lose some of those units, but perhaps he wishes to just intercept some of those Goliaths in here with those dragoons. So good job here by him, just buying some time here for his carriers, as he's going into a mass production here of carriers. Many more carriers are about to follow. Pretty soon they're finished. But as I look at the supply, BOXER has a little bit much more supply here against his opponent, and even more and more Goliaths are being produced here by him. So yeah, if those Goliaths are nicely being microed, if they're getting a good shots in here, they will take of course out the fleet here from X. Let's just see how many carriers he has. He has 9 carriers here already, so really strong fleet here by him, as BOXER is moving out here towards those expansions. Where are those carriers heading? Perhaps straight into this position just to kill those expansions that are still mining here. Another expansion is being produced in here, so once again we have a base trade scenario. However, this time some high templates are here also to defend this base, and they will be very crucial. So in comes BOXER with so many units. A good, not that really good of a high templar storm in here, as this expansion is doomed. It's about to fall. Where are those carriers? I still don't see them out on the map. There are those Goliaths here from BOXER. So BOXER immediately reacting, just protecting here his expansion. He knows how valuable that expansion is. And yeah, really good job here by BOXER, even killing those probes in here. So what a crazy game we have. Those carriers are actually playing very defensively here into this position. So yeah, with that, BOXER can even transition into many more Goliaths in here, as he's also moving out here straight to that expansion and dealing so much damage once again here against BOXER. Finally in comes those carriers against so many Goliaths in here. He needs to be careful to micro them. One carrier once again has fallen, and the second carrier is also taking damage in here. So really good job here by BOXER fighting those Goliaths, dealing so much damage once again, and almost another carrier has fallen in here. Actually, he does take out that carrier, so it's just around 7 carriers now here for X. This is moving here forward. Some interceptor has fallen here as well. There are so many turrets here for BOXER. So once again a base trade scenario in here. Is he still producing some carriers? No, not that much money being left here, but he's going straight for this expansion right now, and he's very likely going to take it out here with so many carriers. There are some Psionic Storm high templars here into this position as well. Really good job here by X, but as both players have fallen here at the 120 supply, in comes those reinforcements, in comes those much needed Goliaths heading straight for those carriers. Those carriers are not being that nicely microed here by X. This is just holding here his position, just wishing to kill so many more units in here. And some great storms are going out, so these tanks are going to fall here, of course, for BOXER, and in comes those Goliaths once again. He's heading straight for those tanks. Some Goliaths will fall. Those so many carriers in here. So really good job here by X, as he has fended off this attack. Some tanks are into this position, Finally, more and more damage is being dealt. This one tank is being left here to take out those targets. So many workers are falling left and right. Only 18 workers now here for X, as BOXER also has to transition here his workers. This expansion is going to fall here for him, but there's just so many Goliaths in here. Only one has fallen, but that carrier immediately falls in here. So really good job. He tries to get some good connections with those high tempers, with that psionic storm. So close game here by both players, as in the end I still don't know who's going to win it, but there is BOXER mining here from this position and from this position, and no mining going on now here for X. So this could be finally the advantage here for BOXER, as he even has two weapons upgrade here on the map. So he might snipe those carriers here. He might have the economic advantage right now. He's mining. Notice that Mr. X is not mining in here. Finally a little bit of mining going on here for him, but yeah, in the end those Goliaths are pushing here forward here against X, and X slowly but steadily not having that many more carriers left here, just 6 of them being left and an Archon. So things look very dire here for him, as BOXER has so many Goliaths being left in here, even some turrets once again going straight for that one carrier, and even attacking the second carrier now, so dealing so much damage in here, almost killing that one carrier. It's 1 HP and 2 shields. So really great job here by BOXER, as now X is going to get a little bit of trapped in here. Some of his units may fall and he has to retreat, and this should be of course the game winning move here by BOXER, just leaving some units in the back just to secure those expansions, and at the same time he's just going to take care of the rest of the army here for X with some long distance mining, with some mining into this position. But BOXER pretty much has control now of this game. Those things look very strong here for him after an early advantage here for X. Finally BOXER looking very strong in here. He even might scan this position just to take care of this Dark Templar in here. So yeah, some cannons are nicely being placed here by X just to kill those units, but in the end BOXER will of course retreat with some units into this position, and yeah, in the end he should be able to win this game. Not even this one tank is still being left here into this position. There's that psionic storm finally taking him out, but yes, things looks very hard now here for X, as his cannons are finishing here up just to attack here this position. Some SCV might fall in here. No, BOXER is really nicely transitioning them, and he will of course retreat with some of his forces here. So what a crazy game, 38-minute long game in here, but in the end I think that BOXER should be the victor here of this game, unless something out of the ordinary is going to happen, some miracle is going to happen here for X. So really strong game here, early aggressive game here by both players. There's an expansion here for X, but notice that he's only mining here from this position, still playing defensively, and that would have been of course the GG here for X, or perhaps he GG'd out earlier, as given the fact there were so many Goliaths here being left for BOXER. And even look at this armor, he even added a science vessel here into this position. With that EMP he could have dealt so much damage. So not that many carriers being left here for X against those Goliaths, allowing here BOXER to transition into Goliaths. Let's just check the stats a little bit quick now. Once again I'm going to be clicking left and right. So what a crazy game, 38-minute long game from 2008. Let's just check those statistics once again. Really long game. I believe one of the longest game, if not the longest game here on this channel. So yeah guys, I hope you really enjoyed this replay as much as I did. Crazy stuff here by BOXER. So yeah, I'll be seeing you of course in the next replays. This is Tommy signing out.